Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a review on the new Colored Raine Cheers to the Beauty palette. So I picked this palette up I think during the pre-sale before Christmas, and I got it like right after Christmas, and this is the palette that I used for New Year's, and I absolutely love this palette. Now I do mostly warm tone looks on my channel, so I wanted to do something cool tone with the palette just to show you the palette can be versatile. If you follow me on Snapchat or Instagram or Facebook, you'll see that I used this palette for New Year's Eve, and I did use the gold in the palette. So that look turned out really nice as well. So if you don't follow me on Snap, Instagram, and Facebook, I'll be sure to leave that information in the description box down below. So yeah, if you guys are interested in seeing my thoughts as well as swatches and a tutorial on this look using the new Colored Raine Cheers to Beauty palette, then keep on watching. Alright guys, so really quickly before we get into the palette, I just want to show you a couple of new products that I have been using, and one of them is the Maskology 24-Hour Gold Under Eye Gel Patches, and these things are amazing. They help with dark circles. They give your eyes so much hydration, and they're really good at, you know, holding my concealer and foundation and everything sits really good on top of it. So I really do like these, and I just want to thank them for sending me these compliments of Octoly. So these are the Maskology 24-Hour Under Eye Gel Patches. I will have a link in the description box down below just in case you are interested in purchasing these. I've also been using a new setting spray, and it is from Ofra, and you probably can't see it because the bottle is white and I have so much light in my background, but it is the Ofra Makeup Fixer, and it's a light mist. And you guys, this makeup setting spray smells so good. So this was sent to me also. Thank you to Ofra. Compliments of Octoly for that. I will leave everything you need to know about Octoly in the description box down below, as well as where this product can be purchased. It does a really great job of holding your makeup in place all day. I wore this on New Year's as well because I wanted to test it out. And, you know, I was going to be, you know, moving around and doing a lot of stuff on New Year's, and at the end of the night, my makeup looked exactly like I looked when I put it on. So I really do like this setting spray, not to mention it smells amazing. Okay, guys, now on to the Colored Raine Cheers to the Beauty palette. Look at the packaging on this palette. This palette is just perfect for New Year's, and it came in this little sleeve, which is pretty much the same thing, and you pull it out of the little sleeve, and then you get a mirror. And here are the shadows. You get 12 shadows, a mixture of matte, metallic, and foil shadows, as well as a highlighter right here on the end. So here is the palette. Alright guys, so the palette blends really nicely. Some of the like metallic-y shades, the foil shades, have a little bit of fallout, but that's to be expected. You know, every eyeshadow palette has fallout. Like I said, I always just do my base first, and then I do my eyes first and then my base last, just in case I have any fallout. But these shadows are super pigmented whether you wet your brush or not. So I do have the Colored Raine Queen of Hearts eyeshadow palette, and I got this palette when it launched last Christmas. So I don't have any of their single shadows, but I am familiar with the formula, and I think that it is amazing because this is a palette that I reach for all the time. So I'm just going to jump into swatches, and I'm just going to do some live swatches because there are only 6 shades. I mean, there are only 12 shades in the palette, so it's really not a lot to swatch. So I'm just going to swatch 6 and 6 and then the highlighter. But before we get into that, I missed one product that I've been using, and it is the Jackie Aina x Artist Couture highlighter in Le Peach. Now I did only order Le Peach as well as the bag because I ordered the whole little set last Christmas, so I really didn't need to order LeBron's because I already have it, even though it was so tempting because I wanted LeBron's with this really nice rose gold top, but I was like, nah, it'd be a waste of money. So I just went ahead and, you know, kept what I have, and I only ordered Le Peach, and that is the highlighter that I'm wearing today. And it looks so good. Like, this highlighter works on any skin tone. I'm of a deeper skin tone, and the highlighter works really nice on me. And I didn't hold back when I put this highlighter on. Like, I didn't just, you know, dab a little bit on. I really went in there. So the highlighter is a gorgeous shade. And I feel like it will look really good on any skin tone. So now we're just going to get into the swatches of this palette. So I'm going to swatch the first row first, starting right here. We have the shade Debonair, Powder Room, Rose, Iconic, Diamond Jubilee, and Opulence. I think that is Opulence. And that is the first row. And now I'm just going to swatch the first row for you guys. Alright guys, so here are the first 6 shades in the palette. How gorgeous these colors are. And let me just go ahead and bring it a little closer so you guys can see. The colors are Debonair, Powder Room, which is a gorgeous color. This would even work as a transition color for deeper skin tones. So this is a really, really pretty color. Then we have Rose. Then we have Iconic, just like a pewter gunmetal shade. Then you have a Silver, which is Diamond Jubilee, which these 2 shades are kind of like foiled. And these are 2 shades I'm using on my lid today. And then you have Opulence or Opulence. And this is this really gorgeous blue. So this is the first row of the palette. Alright guys, moving on to the second row of the palette. Here is how it looks. And these are some gorgeous colors. So this is the second row of the palette. And first right here you have Razor Glass. You have Vintage Feels, which is like this. It reminds me a lot of Sienna by Anastasia Beverly Hills. Like, it's like a burnt orange, like a dusty orange shade, a rust shade, I guess you could say. But it has like really fine flecks of gold glitter in it. But it's barely noticeable once you put it in the crease. But I think that this shade is gorgeous. You can't even see. Let me move it close to see if you'll be able to see the gold flakes in it. I don't even think you will. I don't know if you can see the gold flakes in it, but this one has gold flakes in it. And the flakes are really fine. Alright, then we have the shade Debonair, which is a matte burgundy shade. And this shade has a lot more fallout than the other shades. And it's really rough to the touch. So it's not as buttery as the other shades. But this one is also the most pigmented out of all the matte shades. So this is Debonair, and it is a gorgeous color, and it applies to the lid really smooth, even though it feels a little rough in the palette when you swatch it. When you put it on the brush, it applies really, really smoothly, and you have to put it on, like, use a light hand, because like I said, this is the most pigmented matte in the palette. Alright, next up we have the shade Nightlife. No, sorry, Nightingale. We have the shade Nightingale. And it's like a vintage gold. I don't know if you can really see that, but it's like a vintage gold shade. And then we have Grandeur, which is a like this really, really pretty hunter green shade. And then we have Black Butterfly, which in the palette, this is my first time swatching this. In the palette, this shade looks black, but when I swatched it, I was like, oh my god, this is a purple. It's like a blackened purple, and it is so pretty. So this is the shade Black Butterfly. And right here we have the shade Luxurious Bling, which is the highlighter in the palette. Now I applied a couple of layers of this highlighter, so don't be scared. You know, if you're of a deeper skin tone, this highlighter will probably still work for you. I haven't used it as a highlighter yet, but it'll probably still work because, you know, like I said, I put a couple of swatches of this on it because I really wanted to show on camera. But it's kind of like it reflects gold, so it's really gorgeous. Let me see. My camera will focus on it. It still looks white, but it's a really pretty color. So I mean, it looks white in the pan and it looks like really light on your hand, but as you can see when I'm holding it back kind of far, you can probably see that it has like gold reflex. It'll be really pretty on the skin, like it's like an iridescent highlighter. So this is the palette. I love every single shade in the palette. Like I said, Debonair is the only shade that feels a little rough to the touch. And it's like, it has more fallout than the other ones. But like I said, it's also the most pigmented matte in this palette. So I feel like this palette will work for anybody. This palette does retail for $56. And I will leave a link in the description box down below as to where this palette can be purchased. So now I'm just going to get on to the eyeshadow tutorial on this look. I do so many warm tone looks on my channel that I wanted to kind of do something cool tone. So that's why I kind of focused on the cooler tone shades in this palette, which is Razor Glass, Iconic, and Diamond Jubilee. So these are the only three shades that I use from this palette in this video, as well as Boutonniere. I use this shade right here as well. But like I said, I mean, I wanted to focus on a cool tone look because I never do cool tone looks on my channel. So I want to start doing, you know, more cool tone looks. So that's why I chose to do this look. So thank you guys so much for watching. Everything that I mentioned in this video will be listed in the description box down below. Don't forget that when my channel reaches 5,000 subscribers, I will be having my next big giveaway, so don't forget to subscribe for your chance to win. So if you guys are interested in seeing how I created this look, then keep on watching. Okay guys, so I'm starting out with my brows already done, and then I'm going to prime my eyes with my MAC Studio Finish Concealer in the shade NW40. And I'm just using a Wet n Wild concealer brush to pack the concealer on my lids, and then I'm going to take a fluffy blending brush that I got from TJ Maxx out of a set, and I'm just going to blend that concealer out. Alright, next up, going into the Cheers to the Beauty palette, I'm going to take the shade Boutonniere, which is the off-white matte shade, and I'm going to use this to set my concealer in place. Alright, then I'm going to go into this mauve shade in the palette, which is Razor Glass, and I'm going to use this as my transition color, so I'm just going to buff this all over the lid with a fluffy BH Cosmetics blending brush. Alright, next up, going into my Huda Beauty Mauve Obsessions palette, I'm going to take this really pretty burgundy shade right up here in the corner, and I'm going to place this directly in my crease, just to add a little bit of definition to the crease, and I'm using the MAC 217 brush to do that. You totally don't have to skip around palettes, but like I said, I was going for a cool tone look, so I wanted to kind of stick with the mauves and silvers, so that's why, you know, I chose to go into other palettes. But this step is totally optional, you don't have to. Alright, next up, going back into the Cheers to the Beauty palette, I'm going to use this shade Diamond Jubilee, which is a really pretty silver, and I'm packing this shade on the inner portion of the lid, and this is dry. My brush is not wet. I'm going to wet the brush on the other eye just to show you how it looks when it applies, wet versus dry. Alright, now I'm just wetting my brush and I'm going to apply it. As you can see, it goes on a lot more metallic when you apply it wet. But I mean, the color is super intense when you apply it dry also, so it kind of really doesn't matter. Now I'm going to go into the shade Iconic, which is like a pewter shade, kind of like gunmetal, and I'm going to place this in the middle of the eye and just blend it in with that silver shade, Diamond Jubilee, and I'm going to blend the two in together. Alright, next going into my Dose of Colors Marvelous Mauve palette. I'm going to use the shade Wine Stain, which is the darkest shade in that palette, because I didn't want to use a black. So I'm going into this Dose of Colors palette because this is like a blackberry shade. So I mean, it's still in that mauve tone family, but it's not an actual black. So that's why I went for this shade. And I'm just using this to smoke out the outer V. Alright, next up I'm going to go into my STILA eyeliner, liquid eyeliner, and I'm going to use this to line my top lash line. I'm not going to wing it out because I'm going for kind of a smoky blown out look, so I'm just going to add a lash line to help hide my eyelash band. Alright, so now I've added my lashes, and I'm using the Maybelline Lasting Drama pencil, and this is like a gel pencil. This pencil is awesome. Like, it glides on so easily. And I'm just gonna apply this directly in the waterline and a little bit under the waterline because I wanted to really smoke out the bottom lash line. And my lashes, by the way, are in the style Ritzy. And now I'm pretty much just repeating the same steps on the bottom that I did in the crease. So this is the shade that I used for my crease color. Which is, I think, Razor Glass. Then going back into that Huda Beauty palette, I'm going to smoke it out even more. And I'm just going to place that right on top of Razor Glass. And then I'm going to go back into that Marvelous Mauve palette from Dose of Colors. And it's going to pack that shade on the lower lash line just to really give it that smoky blown out look. Alright, moving on to my face. My blush, I'm going to be using Kat Von D's Lolita. This is an eyeshadow slash blush. And I thought that this blush looked perfect with the look that I had today. So I'm just going to really pack it on there because I love rosy cheeks. Alright, next up for my highlight, I'm going to be using the Artist Couture times Jackie Aina's La Peach. And I'm just going to take what's in the cap and I'm going to highlight my face. As you can see, it's pretty intense. And I'm going in pretty heavy with the highlight. So that's why I said this highlighter is perfect for every skin tone, because I didn't just apply a light layer of the highlight, especially to the high points of my cheeks. Like, as you can see, I'm really packing it on there. So this is a gorgeous shade. Alright, and then I'm just using that same highlighter and I'm going to highlight my brow bone as well as my inner tear duct with the La Peach highlighter. Alright, so next up I'm going to use my Ofra setting spray. I'm going to use this to lock my makeup in place. This setting spray smells so good. Alright, next I'm using two NYX liquid lingeries. I really don't know the shades. I'll have them listed in the description box down below. And I'm using a brown NYX lip liner. I'll have that listed in the description box as well. And then I'm just going to pack that kind of purplish, a mauve shade. I'm going to pack that on, and then I'm going to take the kind of nude shade and just place it in the middle. Alright, and that completes the look. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos from me. And don't forget that when my channel reaches 5,000 subscribers, I will be having my next big giveaway. So don't forget to subscribe for your chance to win. Until the next video.